야, 사장이면 다냐? 이 쌍년이?
네가 먼저 쳤다. 치워. 와.
This is exactly what a crime thriller should look like. In its opening week, it easily tops the box office with 1 million viewers. Later, it even wins multiple awards at international film festivals. The movie is adapted from a novel of the same name. The plot centers around a bag full of cash, triggering a butterfly effect. An all-star award-winning cast perfectly showcases the complexity of human nature. The story begins with an ordinary family. To earn money and support her family, the woman gets scammed into massive debt. But what awaits her is not the comfort she expects. Even worse, her husband forces her to work at a nightclub to pay off the debt. Under constant mental and physical abuse, she lives a miserable life. Until one day, she meets a customer who is an illegal immigrant. He says his own father is just like that. One day, the old man almost beats his mother to death, so he rushes over to fight back. But the funny part comes next, as his mother steps in and stops him instead. That is when he finally understands. Habits can be absolutely terrifying. The man's experience acts like a wake-up call, instantly waking the woman up. After returning home, she takes out the insurance policy from their marriage. Looking at the payout of $500 million, she instantly thinks of a way to escape her nightmare. That is to stage an accident to terminate her husband and then take the $500 million to start a new life. But to completely avoid suspicion, she needs someone to help her. So her suitor becomes the perfect choice. As the sirens wail, the man finally calls. But what the woman never expects is that the man actually buries the remains in the mountain outskirts. In this way, the planned car accident turns into a missing person case. She must wait for the insurance company to declare her husband dead before she can get the payout. And that process takes as long as 5 years. But just then, the sound of a door opening comes from behind her, and her husband stumbles inside. The woman is completely frozen in place with fear.
뭐냐, 그 표정은?
Just like that, not only does the woman fail to terminate her husband, but she also gets dragged into a murder case.
아니, 씨발. 분명 무난한 편이었는데.
아니라고. 딴 사람이라고. 네가 죽였다는 그 사람 지금 저 위에서 코 골면서 자고 있다고. 못 믿겠으면 가서 확인해 보든가.
When the man learns he killed the wrong person, he is stunned at first, and then breaks down completely. Seeing this, the woman holds back her anger and comforts him, telling him to quickly abandon the car and leave the country. She also promises that they can live together once the heat dies down. She thinks everything will end with his departure, but a few days later, terrible news arrives. When the woman rushes to the rented room, she finds the man completely unrecognizable, tortured by fear.
잠을 못 자. 내가 죽인 그 사람 목소리가 자꾸 귀에 맴돌아.
이상한 소리 하지 마.
진짜로. 미쳐버리겠어. 정말 미쳐버리겠다고. 안 되겠어. 나 자수해야겠어.
Looking at the rambling man in front of her, the woman grows incredibly furious. But she has no way to change his mind, and out of desperation, she takes the man to the burial site to pay respects to the dead, trying to calm his emotions this way. However, after finishing the ritual, the man's condition gets even worse. Then he turns around and leaves without looking back. Seeing that things are about to be exposed, the woman completely loses her mind. She starts the car and rams right into him. Looking at the remains lying in the grass, the woman finally feels the fear the man talked about. Just as she is completely at a loss, a ringing phone breaks the silence in the car. When she sees the caller is her boss, the woman quickly answers the phone. The boss is the owner of the nightclub, who usually takes extra care of her. She even gets into conflicts with customers just to protect her. And this time, the boss does not disappoint her either. She quickly drives over to help. After learning about everything that happened, the boss is not surprised at all. She not only helps the woman bury the remains, but also helps her get rid of the car. After that, she even takes the woman to a hot spring to calm her nerves. During their time there, the boss talks about a type of fish called the sand tiger shark. Every time this shark gets pregnant, there are around 50 eggs. To survive inside the mother's womb, the young sharks prey on each other, and the one that survives in the end becomes the most terrifying predator.
그거 알아? 우리나라에서 사고로 죽었을 때 부검 확률이 4%밖에 안 되는 거. 내 남편도 사고였는데 부검 안 했어. 남편 보험은 들었니?
네.
잘 생각해봐. 어울려? 왜 요즘 봐? 한 번 마음먹은 거 아니었어?
Seeing the woman completely confused, the boss stands right up. When the woman sees the striking sand tiger shark tattoo on her leg, she finally understands everything. Her mindset undergoes a complete transformation. After returning home, she takes advantage of her drunk husband, drugging him and drowning him in the bathtub. Then she calls the police on her own initiative. Following the story the boss prepared in advance, the woman easily gets through the police interrogation. Once the police investigation ends, she immediately sends the remains to the cremator. Just like that, the woman smoothly receives the $500 million payout. Afterward, the boss maps out an escape route for her. As they part ways, the woman leaves a portion of the payout behind as a thank you. But the boss not only refuses to accept it, she even helps her prepare new identification documents in advance.
그건 다 잊어. 이제부터 네 인생 새로 시작하는 거야. 좀 웃어. 그래도 돼. 다 끝났어.
The woman is deeply moved and raises her glass to drink it down. However, when she opens her eyes again, she finds herself tied to a platform. At this moment, the woman finally realizes that she has been a targeted prey from the very beginning. Meanwhile, the boss's boyfriend is brought before the creditor. Looking at the remaining bloodstains on the ground, the man's heart is filled with fear and anger. If he had not impulsively become a guarantor, he would never have ended up in this situation. Now the repayment deadline is fast approaching, but the boss seems to have vanished into thin air without a trace.
하여튼간에 이번에도 깝치고 저기 하면은 자가 이자 받으러 갈 거예요. 자 보면은 내장 끄집어내 먹는 걸 그렇게 좋아해요. 아유. 아유 생선이고 사람이고 안 가리고 뭐 생으로 먹어야지 뭐 간이 맞는다나.
Facing the loan shark's threat, the man already imagines the horrific consequences of failing to repay the debt. But he cannot scrape together that massive amount of $500 million, even if he sells his house. In desperation, the man can only turn to his friend for help. He decides to use his position to help someone smuggle into the country and then has his friend rob them. But before they can even make a move, the loan shark finds out about the plan. Just like that, the man not only fails to gather the money, but also ends up doing all the hard work for someone else. However, just as he is in despair, his girlfriend, who has been missing for days, unexpectedly returns home. Looking at the smiling woman in loungewear in front of him, the man is absolutely furious. He knows very well that she must be after some profit by coming back this time. But right after, his anger and confusion are completely overshadowed by her tenderness. Afterwards, the woman finally reveals the purpose of her return. An aunt abroad left her a large inheritance, but due to her criminal record, she cannot leave the country. She hopes the man can help her pull some strings. When he sees the information on the passport belongs to another girl, sensing that something is wrong, the man directly refuses to help.
여권 핑계로 신분 바꾸려고 하는 거 아니야?
Seeing her real purpose exposed, the boss simply tears off her mask. The atmosphere in the room instantly freezes. But just then, a sudden urgent knocking sounds outside. The visitor is a detective friend from the police force. He wants the man to have a drink with him. In the morning, someone finds a bag of evidence by the seaside. But because the head and limbs are missing, they cannot identify the victim at all. As a result, the whole team faces severe punishment from their superiors. When learning that the tattoo on the victim's thigh is a sand tiger shark, the man is instantly terrified and loses his composure. Combining this with the passport the boss just took out, he already guesses the whole process. To avoid raising his detective friend's suspicion, the man escapes under the guise of buying alcohol. However, after he composes himself, the scene in front of him leaves him frozen in place. He sees his detective friend already lying at the scene, completely lifeless.
아니, 생각 좀 하고 얘기해. 여기 자기 집이야. 경찰이 자기 말 믿어줄 것 같아? 아침까지 시간 있으니까 시체 처리하고 자기도 나랑 같이 뜨자. 새롭게 시작해, 우리. 좀 옮겨줘.
Seeing his girlfriend act cute, the man is completely terrified and runs into the bathroom. Seeing this, the boss has no choice but to handle the remains alone. After putting the detective into the bathtub, she starts searching for a suitable disposal site nearby. Meanwhile, the man is responsible for cleaning the bloodstains on the carpet. But just then, he suddenly thinks of a possibility. For the boss to be so reckless, she must have made full preparations. A strong desire instantly suppresses his fear. The man directly knocks the boss unconscious with a pot. When he sees the keys inside the bag, he walks straight down to the underground garage. Sure enough, he finds the bag of cash in the trunk. But what the man never expects is that right after he drives away, the loan shark leads his men to the door. Seeing that she cannot escape this time, she confesses about the huge sum of money. Unaware of this, the man is immersed in dreams of luxury cars and estates. Right now, as long as he waits until the sun rises, he can leave Seoul quietly. But this period of time is exactly the most agonizing. So the man goes outside to look for a software hardening engineer. But strangely enough, the usually bustling streets look exceptionally deserted tonight. Right after, the loan shark's men appear in front of him. The man is so terrified that he turns and bolts. However, an unexpected accident occurs. But just at this moment, the man is crushed to death on the spot, and the bag of money he just got is locked inside a small locker. It is not until the bathhouse closes for a deep cleaning that the bag of money finally sees the light of day again. Looking at the bag full of cash, the cleaner freezes on the spot in total disbelief. The greed in his heart instantly breaks free from its cage. Taking this money home will not only solve all his problems, but it will also ensure his family lives a comfortable life. However, being timid by nature, he ultimately chooses to put the bag in the storage room to wait for someone to claim it. But he never expects that this wait lasts for a full 3 days. With his mother's dementia, his wife's expensive medical bills, and his daughter's tuition fees, all these expenses weigh on him so heavily he can barely breathe. Just as he is suffering, a coworker suddenly brings him some news. Upon learning that a car accident happened nearby a few days ago, he instantly confirms his suspicions. He decides to find the perfect opportunity to take the bag of money. But fate has other plans. As soon as he returns home, he receives a phone call from his boss, firing him because he is too old. Seeing this, the man does not waste any more words, as getting the bag of money is his top priority. To prevent any accidents, he rushes to the bathhouse through the rain overnight. Fortunately, the new employee has no suspicions, and the man easily gets the key to the storage room. But just as he is about to leave, he runs straight into the boss. Seeing that the money bag is about to be stolen, he is finally no longer cowardly this time, empowered by the thought of wealth.
내가 아직도 네 직원인 줄 알아? 까불지 마. 자꾸 이러면 나도 땡땡이 치고 여자 손님이랑 골프 치러 다닌 거 다 까발릴 거니까.
Just like that, the man successfully takes the bag of money back home. All the problems that plagued him before are easily solved. But good times are always short-lived, and the secret of the money bag is exposed after all. Relying on his years of work experience, the man sees at a glance that the two people in front of him are trouble. But having tasted the sweetness, he is unwilling to give up easily. So he denies the whole thing about the money bag on the spot. However, just as he is moving the cash, the room door is suddenly pushed open from the outside. Looking at the loan shark and the boss who followed him all the way to his house, he finally feels terrified. At this moment, he only wants to return the money to avoid trouble. And the boss shares the exact same thought, so she does not hold him accountable for the part the man already spent. But just then, the man's mother suddenly rushes into the room. She then grabs the boss's hair to stop the two from leaving. The loan shark is instantly infuriated. He directly picks up an iron and smashes it at the mother and son. But because of this distraction, the boss catches an opportunity. Along with the boss's departure, thick smoke rises above the house. By the time the man wakes up, the fire is already out of control. He quickly carries his mother on his back and escapes. He looks at the house, swallowed by the raging fire. The man is in complete despair as he kneels by his mother's side and cries out loud. Meanwhile, the boss finally buys a boat ticket to leave the country. With just another half an hour of waiting, she can completely say goodbye to the past and restart a beautiful life. Unexpectedly, the loan shark's henchman suddenly appears behind her. The boss intends to try her old tricks again, but the man does not care about her body or cash at all. In desperation, the boss rushes into the innermost cubicle. But that flimsy wooden door not only fails to stop the man, it actually hastens her death. Just like that, all of the boss's efforts come to a sudden end in this filthy place. At the end of the movie, the loan shark's henchman becomes wanted by the police. The bag of money falls into the hands of a cleaner once again, and this person happens to be the man's wife. Just like the title of the movie, beasts clawing at straws. Only people with evil intentions slowly turn into beasts. And for these beasts, even clawing at a life-saving straw does them no good.